Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all.
Hey, what's up, all you beautiful bastards and bastardinas? It's your boy, the hyena, Hedora, you garbage person, or just fucking Kris. That works too.
I like it.
We're back for another episode of Digital Bath Podcast. To my right, we have, what's your name?
Dakota.
No, like your name. Not your name, your handle, boy. Sorry, too much God of War. Tell me your name, boy.
MC_Starscream.
Yeah.
And Angel X Death.
Right. You're pretty cool. I like you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I'm the one I don't like. Jesse, hey. No, I'm just kidding. I love you all. Jesse is here as well. Jesse goes by the handles of Azrael Reaver.
That's right. That's it now.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Across all platforms?
Across all platforms.
Wow.
Very nice.
Even
Very nice.
on Switch?
Absolutely. Who's to your left?
To my left, we have Nicholas El Minifrigo. Is that racist? Nicholas the Mini Fridge Savannah. It's not, right?
No, it's not.
No, Nicholas is a normal name.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, hi. It's
Hi,
me.
how's
it's
it going?
Me. It's all right.
Welcome to the group.
Oh, thanks, man.
First time?
Actually, I have listened
First
since
time
the
listener?
beginning. No, I've listened since the beginning. It's just the first time I've actually been in the room with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's long time listener, first time.
First
being in
time,
the room.
Glad to have you on the show, man.
Appreciate
Good to
it.
have you here.
I'm glad to be here, guys.
You remind me of someone
Mm-hmm.
that's been here before.
Tonight, we're going to do news. Then we're going to do a beautiful game called WWKD. Is that what we...
Yeah.
Is that
I
what
thought you were
it's
going to
called?
do it with a Russian accent for some reason. You're like, WWKD.
Today we have a game for a Jew.
What? Is that Russian? No. Oh, God.
Today we have game for
Today we have a game for Jew.
Yeah, you went Russian Scottish.
Yeah. Today we have a game for Jew.
You're fucked.
The good Lord says he can get me out of this, but he's pretty sure.
You're fucked.
Sorry.
And then what do we got?
Then we've got an experience like no other. The guy's name is a good name.
Marc
Rebillet.
Ruffalo.
Rebillet.
Yeah, Rebillet.
Yeah, it's like a French frog name. Rebillet.
French frog.
Marc Rebillet.
You had a drive-through concert experience, right?
Yeah.
So
sure
we're
did.
going to talk about that tonight. But first, the news.
Well, first, before
we
that,
have to clink our drinks.
Let's Chris in.
Kristen.
Are you not
Stewart.
drinking?
I'm not drinking.
Go
What
on.
the fuck? Hey, I'm sorry, guys. It's just one of those things when I started
just
with
one
my
of those
personal
things.
trainer.
No, it's your first episode
God, are you
here.
even going
You
to talk?
have to drink with
Are
us.
you also going to talk about that on the podcast too?
Well, you asked why, so
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Who asked
Fair
why?
So, guys, there's a new TMNT movie coming out, a new animated one, CG, and it is being produced by Seth Rogen. Did you know that?
Who's Seth Rogen?
You don't know who Seth Rogen is?
He was
Seth Rogen is a little man that's done a few things in his life. Not much, but you may have seen him on movies like Superbad and let's see,
Pineapple
what else?
Express.
Oh, yeah, Pineapple
He's
Express.
also a voice in
50.
Ice Age
This
somewhere.
was the.
Yes, that's
This
true.
is the end.
Of course, he was in The Green Hornet.
Oh,
Y'all
of
remember
course.
that great
was a-
movie?
I was going to say he was
I
with
kinda
that
like that
Kato
movie,
guy
actually.
where the Kato did all the work.
Yep.
Which
Green
is
Hornet.
the premise of both shows. Never mind. He was in the last season of Future Man.
Never saw that show.
Yeah.
Freaks and Geeks.
Hulu's got two
Yeah,
seasons.
Freaks and Geeks.
It's real good.
Feature Man. People
Man.
do talk.
But it was announced just this last Tuesday by Nickelodeon, so it is going to be probably coming out hopefully by mid to late next year as of right now, and they're working on it with quite a few other people who've worked on previous Ninja Turtle titles. I actually liked the TMNT CG one that came out.
Back in the day with Chris Evans.
2005,
Yeah,
2006,
2005. Yeah.
something like that.
Maybe it was even hell. I might
It was
have been in high
360
school.
era. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
That was supposed to spawn a whole lot of stuff, but it was just a movie.
It was just a movie. I liked it.
It was
so
really good.
I'm curious to see what they bring next with it.
How long ago did they already redo Ninja Turtles? On
The
Nickelodeon.
cartoon, like 3 years ago.
Is this
2 years
coinciding
ago?
with that or something different?
I think it's something completely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, and it is tough for me to say, but I will say that the one before this new one,
Yeah.
really fucking good.
The one in 2013, somewhere around there. 2012.
It had like 7 or 8 seasons. I
Yeah.
mean, they went ham on it.
The CG one?
Very comic oriented.
Yeah, the CGist one. But that's the thing is the old one was, my childhood. And it was really hard for me to watch these new episodes and be okay with it. But after a few seasons, I'm like,
pretty
this
solid.
is
Nice.
probably better, which hurts my feelings. Yeah. So, in other super important news, Aliens and Predator are now, the comic licenses are owned by Marvel.
Yeah.
Which,
All right.
technically, Disney already owned Alien and just Alien. I don't
Nope.
think- do
Fox
they have-
properties.
Do they have Predator as well? I don't think they do.
I don't know. I know
Not
that
100%.
AVP was a Fox
Yeah.
thing.
So I
don't
think so.
know
I
if
think
Predator
they might own them both. I'm not.
It makes sense since Disney, if Disney did own the rights to the movies,
Right.
or Fox did, and then Disney just bought Fox, then
Yeah.
it
So
makes
it
sense.
should be. But this is kind of cool because they're already working on comic titles, and when comic titles go well, they usually go, well, how do we make even more money? And we are
owned by Fox.
We are probably going to be seeing maybe TV. I think a TV show, Alien or Predator.
HBO show would be really cool.
That'd be really cool.
Super
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of disappointing films from those guys.
What are you talking about? Resurrection's amazing.
Resurrection is a dark comedy, and if you watch it that way, it's a good movie, so fuck you.
I like AVP.
Aliens.
Yeah, AVP's
Got it
Yeah,
for Easter.
Aliens 3 is great.
You are a liar. Alien 3 is...
Not
Hogwash.
as bad as
No.
that new Predator movie.
No. Have you watched Alien 3?
I haven't watched the new Predator movie
It's
yet.
not good.
Yeah, I
It's
wasn't.
not the worst movie, though.
It's worse than Alien 3.
But how about AVPR?
Ooh.
Has anyone actually seen AVP?
No, it's too dark.
You try and change the lighting on your TV,
It gets
and
darker.
It just turns like a gray dark. You can't see it. They did not film it.
Predators, though, was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody?
Yeah.
Topher Grace.
You mean Venom?
Fuck you.
You mean the pianist?
Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
what do you have for news?
Speaking of Alien versus Predator, the NFL...
I thought you were going to go with like a Chris Hansen thing or
Right, yeah,
something.
no. NFL has released information. I don't know what I'm saying here. Cam Newton's going to the fucking Patriots.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he signed to a 1-year deal. As of right now, he's only guaranteed $550,000, which is under his guaranteed for time that he's played versus accolades and things like that. So he's guaranteed $550,000 on his contract. There is room for him to make upwards of $6 million potentially, depending on how it goes. But in an Instagram post that he made, and Chris, I'll show you, might appreciate, he uses really weird characters when he makes his Instagram posts.
Oh, no.
But he basically said, in the words of the Joker, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. But so it's about respect for him and just being able to still work in the NFL. So
Well, and they also stated that he is currently practicing and trying to prove that he can play for them. So it's not, I mean, yeah, he's going up there and signing a contract, but he might not start.
I do believe the Patriots are also the only team to actually reach out to him for a deal. But I mean, if you got to choose, who else would you pick besides the Patriots? Really, I mean,
True.
to work with Bill Belichick's a pretty big deal. They don't have room on that roster. So
None of this means anything to me.
I know, buddy. So I think it could be. I could see it working. I could see that fitting in with him and Bill Belichick, and especially in a very weak division like that. It could be big news for Patriots.
Good point.
Evo Championship Series, one of the biggest fighting game tournaments in the world, has been canceled. The event was originally planned as an online tournament to comply with COVID social distancing rules. CEO of Evo, Joey Kuehler, was placed on administrative leave after numerous accusations of sexual misconduct came forward. In response, Capcom pulled Street Fighter and NetherRealm Studios pulled Mortal Kombat from the event. With many games no longer part of the tournament, new CEO Tony Cannon announced Evo 2020 would be canceled. Cannon's goal will be to prioritize, quote, greater accountability across Evo, both internally and at our events, unquote. Many high-level players in the Smash Bros. Community have been accused of sexual misconduct with minors, and so hopefully this will be a message to all activities and acts such as this, that they are no longer going to be overlooked in the fighting game community, because this has been a huge problem for many years. And so the fact that Evo's taking a stance, and as well as other companies with their fighting games, this will hopefully send a message to all players that should not be allowed in any form.
Yeah, the fighting game community is quite large, and a lot of times, because of how many events there are, can get quite close with each other. So even our local fighting game community took it pretty hard, especially Gamers HQ. They really fostered that for a long time there. So I know a lot of people through there that are pretty disappointed by this. So, and Topeka actually also has a really big Smash community as well.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
We're definitely seeing some of the side effects of that here.
Yeah, it's sad though. I mean, with it happening for so long, supposedly, you know, all that stuff happening so long, and it's just now coming out. Like, man, you would think and hope that we'd be over this by now. People would be in the, you know, understanding that don't do that. Don't fucking diddle little kids. Don't try to sexually assault women or whatever it might be, or anybody for that matter. But it's still happening consistently. And it's always people in power, from what I've been seeing. I mean, it's other people too, but that's what's causing, you know, situations to arise even more. People think they can get away with it.
Well, and pretty high profile fighting game enthusiasts, Maximilian Dude, Sonic Fox, who's one of the best fighting game players in the world, have made numerous tweets and in responses to this, backing Capcom's answer to this and NetherRealm's answer to this, that this is something that should not be tolerated. So this is coming from some of your highest profile people in the industry. So
well, speak out against it.
Yep.
WWKD. What would Kris do? Garbage person.
Yeah.
We have a few scenarios for you that might happen in everyday life or might not happen in everyday life, where it's a little bit out of the ordinary.
I hope none of these happen in everyday life.
And then we have our answers on what we think you would do in that situation.
Right.
And then you are going to choose
of the
three of us
who wins.
But then you would actually tell us what you would do in that situation.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited.
Who wants to start?
I'll go first because
right.
I think mine's the least ridiculous. So here's the scenario, okay? You're walking down the street, and it's broad daylight, just a normal day. There's normal traffic. Like a Lincoln or something, just like all in black, tinted windows, drives up next to you.
Old or new?
90s.
Ooh, I like those.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Pulls up next to you, rolls down the tinted window, and they just throw a suitcase, or a briefcase, not a suitcase, a briefcase out to you, and you just hear someone go, hide this for me. You've never seen me. Don't look at this. I'll be back for it later. Just hide it. And then they drive off. Okay? That's the first scenario. I think that while I don't know whether you'd keep it or not, I think 100% you would at least open the briefcase to see what's inside of it.
Okay.
I also agree. You would open the briefcase, and whether it's... No, if it was good enough, you'd find a way to keep it and run away.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that you would try to open up that briefcase. And I actually think, depending on what it is, you would be... I would hope that you would be smart enough and you would be like, nope, not getting into this shit. And you would see it and be like, oh, cool, I have a good story. And then you would hide it and then you would leave.
Okay, then since I'll push my limit further, then I think you would say it's like plutonium or something. You would like
you would die first of all.
But hold on to, no, like in a can. You'd like hold on to it for them, and they'd find you and you'd give it back.
So this is your scenario. Are you saying it is plutonium?
Yeah, is it plutonium? Because that's a totally.
I don't know.
What's in the box?
I'm not telling you, but like
his wife said it?
If it's like a hundred, if it's like 100 milli, so
no.
So like if it's like 100 milli, I think it could be like you're gonna hold on to it, thinking that maybe they'll let you keep some of it. If it's like weapons grade plutonium, you'll hold on to it, just get it back to them. What do you think?
All of you think I would look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard because I can't decide what I'm going to do with it if I don't know what it is.
It's something of great importance, whether it be monetary or yes, at least yes, but not something that you could easily like get rid of yourself.
I can't. I'd have to find someone.
Like, even if it's $100 million, you'd have to launder that. There'd be serial numbers to that. You couldn't just. I mean, Ozarks taught me that. So you'd have to launder it somehow.
Yep.
I mean, I agree with all of you because I would want to see what it was. You guys had the same. You guys should have come up with different answers, like to make sure. I feel like I would definitely be like, I didn't actually hear what he said. Some guy threw me a box. I had to open it. He threw it at me, and if it was $100 million, I'm going to Mexico. Is how I feel like. But I have to kind of agree with all of you because I would definitely open
You
it
wouldn't
up.
be going to Mexico right now, though.
Well, with enough money,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
true,
Yeah.
true.
yeah.
So I'm closest?
I guess
Because
was your answer?
I said that he would probably open it, and if it was good enough, he'd run.
Yeah.
He'd take it
Yeah.
and run.
I would.
So Jesse wins, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely take it, and you wouldn't see me again. I'd be like, boys, I'm calling in for the podcast. Where are you? Shut up. Here we go.
I'm zooming, and you have like that screen, like, it's me, Kris.
Like, and like for the rest of like the next 25 years, we all just get like immaculate Christmas presents from him.
Come to my island.
It's Christmas.
Last time someone said that.
With a K.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, Jesse, what do you got for me?
All right. You are in the middle of like a super bad Crohn's episode.
Okay.
And you're in a stall, and all of a sudden to your left, you hear a guy getting murdered. That's the scenario.
Okay.
I think that based off of your kind of your ability to like protect people, like I've seen on Facebook, I think you'd yell at the guy like, I'm gonna shit on you if you don't fucking stop hurting this guy, and you would try and scare him away, like kind of like you would, like a bear almost.
Okay.
Nick, go ahead. What do you think?
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining him with his hands around his waist, getting up, running out, and being like, ah!
Here's my shit.
Just flinging shit at him. And everything. Shit. Well, I think,
Yeah.
Kris, I think you would be yelling at him to stop while you're trying to finish and wipe. So then you could get out and possibly make a phone call and try to call 911 because depending on the situation, if this guy's getting shot or something, I'm hoping you're smart enough
All
to
you
not
hear is
go
like,
up.
it's my scenario. So all you hear is like help me. That's all you hear. You don't know what's happening.
Well, the guy's dangerous enough as it is. He's
Sure.
literally murdering somebody in a public stall restroom.
You see the two
Yeah.
pairs of
Okay.
legs.
So it's definitely not someone who's just constipated.
No, you see two pairs of legs on
So you know he's getting murdered. So yeah, you see it happening and you're trying to say stop, but that's about as far as it goes.
Okay.
I think that you would try to remain as quiet as possible and call the police, but you would be juggling, like, you would pull your feet up so you couldn't be seen from the stall. You'd just be like, yes, hello, police. I'd like to report.
Just this.
And you just, yeah, that's what I think.
And you just hear from the other stall, what the fuck?
Bro, flush that shit. Okay.
Give me some peace and quiet. I'm trying to murder somebody. Okay, so I hate to say it. I mean, I like everybody's responses, but I'm gonna go with Jesse. But there's a caveat to it.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna go in like a bear
Okay.
because I've got ammo right now.
Like you're gonna fling your shit.
Like I'm literally going to get down there before I wipe and get it all over my hands, and then I always carry a little pocket knife with me, and I'm going to then.
You're gonna Vietnam it?
I'm gonna put
You're
shit
gonna
all over that
Vietnam
knife,
it?
and I'm
Viet
gonna open the
Cong.
stall, and I'm gonna be like, it's murdering time.
Murder the sequel, bitch.
And if he's a character that's not gonna go to a hospital, he's gonna get sepsis.
Yeah, I was about to say that guy's gonna be septic as
I'm gonna
shit.
stab him in the guts and put my shit into his shit. That's what I'm gonna do.
That was the best answer I could have hoped for.
Yeah, man.
That was pretty good.
You got a weapon, and also I'm taking my pants off
Right.
because
Right, you don't want to trip. You don't
No.
want to have a tripping
No,
hazard.
That's intimidation.
it's literally you open the door, dude's gonna be like,
Dick.
what the fuck?
Yeah, just dick swinging.
Yeah. I'm gonna open it, and obviously in times of stress, your penis like tries to get as small as possible. So he's gonna be like, "What's that? Shitty stabby knife."
That was the best thing.
That was the best answer.
I hope I saved the young person.
I hope you do too.
How do you know they were young?
I don't know.
All right. Go to bed one night. You're tired. It's been a long day of Call of Duty.
Life out here on the streets.
Yeah. You fall asleep and you wake up and you realize the last 5 years of your life didn't happen. And you look over, your alarm goes off for work, and you realize, oh shit, I have to go back to GameStop. In this situation, I think you would, first off, you would freak out, of course. But you would immediately call and say, Joel, I quit. You would immediately quit that job. And you would then try to track down your current loved ones and try giving them a call and try to get back into the swing of what you remember your life being before this whole time situation happened. And whether it succeeded or not, I feel like you would be confident and you would be driven enough to try to get back to the way things are now.
Okay.
I think that you would, of course, wake up and freak out. I think that you would try. Yeah, I think you would find out that this is really happening, and so you would actually try to, because you like where you're at now,
right.
try to reenact things as close as possible just to get back to that moment.
Okay.
I think you're an agent of chaos, and you would relive the day like Groundhog Day and figure out what things you could do to make things completely different, and then also see if it'll still end up where you ended before, because then that would mean it was truly meant to happen.
Jesus Christ.
That's why we saved this one for last.
Yeah, this one's deep.
That's TIFF.
That's TIFF.
That's TIFF.
Right there.
Welcome to the Digital Bath Podcast. It's TIFF.
So it's interesting because in my life, I have woken up and I've had dreams that were so vivid that I've called people and like yelled at them. Like I had a girlfriend when I was younger, and I called her, and I was in the dream. She cheated on me. She left me. I had to pay for the apartment that we lived in alone, and I was so upset. It was so real. I called her like a fucking bitch. I was like, "How could you do this to us?" And she's like, "What? I'm at work. What do you want? What are you talking about?" I was like, "I can't believe you cheated." And then slowly it was like, oh, I am so sorry. Oh my god. So, like, as you're living life, you know, you can't have those lifelong regrets because it'll eat you alive. It's how I feel. Mm-hmm. Like, people are like, well, what if you could go back and change this or change that? I wouldn't, because I wouldn't have, you know, one small change and all of a sudden I have one child instead of 3 or 5 children instead of 3 or something. So it's that's a tough question. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I would... just kill myself. I think that probably.
No, Jesus Christ.
I thought about that maybe being a possibility.
I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. I would. The thing is, you know, as you wake up, dreams disappear. Like, you can't remember them as well as you thought. So.
In this situation, you remember everything. Like, it actually happened, and now it's erased.
Right.
But you remember.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and the chips are going to fall where they fall.
What does that mean?
I'm not going to go chaos and try and choose a bunch of stuff differently, but I'm just going to.
Would you play it as close as it possibly was before?
No, because that's tough. Cause
so you wouldn't be like, okay, I know what it's going to be like at GameStop. I already know what that's like. I don't want to relive that. I'm out.
But this is literally, it would have to be 5 years and a couple months because I quit 5 years ago.
Okay, so this is. I'm sorry, I didn't know how long it was. Cool. So, but like it would basically.
So he's still at GameStop in this situation.
Yes.
So it's 5 years and a few months. So I've already had my second child, Lily, and I'm expecting my third, Caleb. I think I would go look for a new job because I don't want to be. Mm-hmm. I got to the point where I loathed GameStop. Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like Nick's would be the closest.
It's a combo.
It's not chaos combo.
It's not chaos. I'm not going to be like, ha, ha, ha.
And you're not reliving it the way I did. So mine's out, and it sounds like his is out.
I'm going to stab someone with a poop knife.
But I knew you, like you said, you make one change. You'd have to live in stress of living the same life.
Right.
So you might as well make it different.
I would never do that. I would just
So who would you pick, though? Because you have to pick one of these closest years.
I feel like Nick's the closest.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to live in fear, but I'm also not going to agonize, and I'm not going to go total chaos.
So are you going to try to... I didn't say agonize. Jeez. But are you going to, like, try to force things to be the way they are now? Or you just... What do you mean by let the chips...
I'm just going to live. And if it was a dream...
Okay. Would you seek Star out?
She would be 18, thank you very much. So no, not right. I wouldn't be like,
I gotta let that marinate a little bit.
I wouldn't just go to the bar and be like, y'all got any 18-year-old fragrance clerks and Dillard? What's up?
Crazy that you say that, actually. I wasn't even thinking about that.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't immediately be like, this is the person I'm supposed to be with, because maybe it was a dream and maybe I'm not supposed to. But I would. Well, I think I would meet her at some point and be like, yeah, it's happening. It's different, but it's happening.
Right at the end of the game, if you want to call it that, Jesse wins.
My boy.
2.
I feel like we all lost at the end of that one, though.
2-1 to nothing.
0. I don't think I wanted to win any of that.
Well, interesting. Poop knife was my favorite.
That was the best
Poop
answer.
knife is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
If you see me on the streets and you want to throw down, remember, I'm not afraid to fight with shit. I will give
He'll
you
shit on you.
I'll give you the poop knuckle. He's
given me the poop knuckle a couple times. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 or 2 knuckles.
3, man. I'm a grown man.
All right.
3 knuckles too deep.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's how he rolls.
Okay. Well, before this veers any more into madness, we're gonna go and start talking about the drive-in concert that Jesse and I attended. So
It's fucking crazy.
it was crazy.
Set the scene. Let the kids know what it's,
Well, if you don't know who Marc Rebillet is, he is a
iPhone loving.
Yeah, iPhone loving. He is a improv musician. What he does basically is he has a ton of soundboards and equipment set up, and he will start just using random samples and effects from his soundboards, or he'll record, a little vocal range or even like just random claps or something, and he'll press a button. It takes that and it replays it over and over and over again as a track.
Or a beat.
Or a beat.
In the same vein as Reggie Watts.
Reggie Watts, Seth Everman, if you ever see him on YouTube, kind of that same idea.
Yeah, and he'll set the stage for the song, and he'll just do random shit off the cuff to make a beat of some sort, and then he just goes off the wall when it comes to his lyrics, and it's pretty much all improv. He has his songs that have made him kind of popular throughout YouTube throughout the years, but the base of it is when we got to the concert was taking examples from the audience when he would talk to them and stuff. But we get there, and it's a drive-in theater, and there's 2 big screens on either side that you go in between. Like if you've ever been to a drive-in, there's these poles set up where there's speakers usually. All the speakers are gone, but they had you actually tune into a radio station for the music to come through.
Where'd you go? Where was this at? What's the name of the place? Where was it?
It was Independence. It was Twin. What was it? B&B Twin Screen. Independence was.
It was a B&B.
It was a B&B.
That's cool.
So they actually had concession stands that were like the food you could buy at a B&B
shout out to
theater.
B&B. I love them.
Yeah, they're awesome. But it was a dual screen. It was called like the Twin Screen Amphitheater or something like that. And it was in Independence, Missouri. It was pretty cool. It was a nice night. We got out there and it filled up a lot quicker than I expected it
Absolutely.
to. It was real
well,
fun.
I mean, and this is obviously during the time where concerts are getting canceled. Everything's getting canceled. There's still social distancing rules. And it was kind of cool to go to a drive-in theater, but honestly, that theater is old. I mean,
Very old.
It's just an old parking lot, literally just an old parking lot with spots where you can park. It has that little thing where you would have put a speaker, to set it up. And so it was almost like going to the past when we were there, because I was like, this is how people used to watch movies. Like it was crazy.
It was priced per vehicle too, right?
It was. Well, it was priced per person per vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So if you had 4 people, it was roughly like $45 a piece or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean...
Per car or per person?
Per person.
$45 a person.
A person, yes.
Very expensive.
It was an expensive show.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, though?
I was going to say, are any of you old enough that you actually went to drive-in theaters as a kid?
Never.
I went to a couple. I barely remember it, but I did.
Sack of shit.
Yeah.
I never was.
I would be up front. Under the movie, they would have a literal playground.
Yeah.
And your parents didn't care what you did. You
back then you could do whatever the hell you
kids
wanted.
died, I'm sure.
You stabbed kids with your poop knife. And...
Right. And got all the popcorn I wanted that way.
Jesus Christ. The idea, of course, of this drive-in experience was that you could do a show and still be able to do it live, because obviously...
And safe.
And safely, because most concerts you're going to be jam-packed with thousands of people sometimes.
Can you imagine that now?
like Rockfest or
remember
something?
how we used to go to shows and you would literally be like
Hugging the person next to you.
would
Yeah.
be touching them all over.
It was
basically,
kind of nice,
unintentionally.
honestly, not to be that close to people and still enjoy live music.
Like I can't fathom going to a show now. Like I just don't want to anymore. I'm like, ew, people.
And the way they did it, and you might think to yourself, 2 screens, like, you know, where did they film this and everything? Well, there was this middle lot that they had fenced off, and he had this kind of pergola set up where they had kind of a green screen behind him. He had all of his stuff around him, all of his equipment around him, and then they would film that and they would project it onto the two screens that were in the amphitheater.
Did you just call a pergola?
That's how I've heard
that's
it pronounced.
It's like a tent.
We were all thinking that, but I just wanted to say it. Go ahead.
And if you've never seen Mark...
Oh, okay. No, I've literally only heard it pronounced
it's
pergola, so that's cool.
Super
It's
fine,
pergola.
but I was just like, pergola. I have to at least tell
my
him like
God.
he said that.
If you've never seen Marc Rebillet, imagine your IT tech guy in his Speedo
is
in a
a-
bathrobe.
He's a nice
Yeah,
looking
gyrating.
feller.
Gyrating across,
Just kind of getting it.
getting it. But man, when he's in the groove, he's
He's
in
got
the groove.
that 70s stash going
Yes.
on, too,
We'll
with the
tag
glasses.
some. We'll have Nick and Jesse tag some of their favorite videos of his, so you guys can see them too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if you can, get on YouTube and search I'm a Flamingo. That one's hilarious.
It's pretty funny. That's
it's
his
pretty
most
funny.
extreme, I would say, side
Is that
of
the one
him.
that has I fucked your grandma in it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just checking.
What's that? What's that one we like?
One more time.
One more time.
One more time.
Smooth as butter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, and we park and we're able. It says stay in your vehicles, but they didn't care. You could get out of your vehicle as long as you weren't like conversing with a bunch of other people. But the show starts off
Fucking weird.
really weird, but
You knew it'd be weird.
Well, they said that they weren't going to do traditional opening acts and instead do short films
Which is cool.
to start the show. But I'm talking like out there, like I needed to be high to watch some of this shit weird.
Was it his film?
No, they were just I believe different people's films that
Gotcha.
he decided to
Animated live action.
both.
yeah, both. Well, and a lot of them know Mark, and some of them actually help him with his production and stuff. So
okay.
yeah.
What kind of production? You mean like his stage production? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep, on the tour and everything.
Oh, there's some funny shit he had in the background.
Yeah, but yeah, you really you did feel like you had to be high watching this to like understand what was going on.
There was
Super jail, kind of?
Yes.
Oh,
And there was
dude,
like
I could never
there
get
was a
into it.
whole video about like the arc of
Ark of the Covenant?
I'm sorry, no, the
Noah's Ark.
And like the animals like go crazy on Noah and kill them, and then they land, and there's like
They all start having sex with each other. All the animals start having sex with each other because they don't know what to do, and they start eating each other because they're running out of food. And then they end up, they get on. They get on.
New animals?
I can't remember if
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I don't know how animals work.
But yeah, they.
fucking weird stuff.
Yeah, really, really weird shit.
That was about 15
Beautiful.
minutes of the show, and so finally he shows up, and he's riding on a golf cart with like police sirens, like lights
saw that
above it,
video.
in his, of course in his Speedo, in his bathrobe, and literally like driving by people. He's got a mask on while he's out there, but yeah,
He's got a megaphone.
He's got a megaphone just saying hi to everybody, welcoming everybody, and it was the most awesome
Like right
thing.
up the middle, right?
Right, going between lanes, like all throughout all of the lanes, up and down. It was fucking amazing. Like
It was.
yeah.
It was great to get people like riled up too. And we got lucky because he didn't do it on the opposite side. He only did it on our side.
How many people? Like how many cars? How many people do you think?
I mean, a drive-in theater that size, probably what?
Because they filled up both sides.
Yes.
See, and for me, I have no concept of a drive-in theater, so you might have to explain
Think
a little
like-
bit.
Walmart parking lot.
Wow.
Yes, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it was about that.
Full of
I mean,
cars,
literally, there's
So the
And
screens are
Walmart's
really
built
big. Then.
huge screens. I mean, you
Yeah,
could.
you're right. Yeah, Walmart's built on a drive-in.
on the bones of the ancestors.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, it. So that got everybody hyped up, and he immediately, got out when he finally got to the area where he did his recordings and everything. He got out and just kicked it off with something random to get everybody pumped up. People ended up. It said don't crowd the guardrail or anything, and they had security out there, kind of making sure people weren't doing it. People did it anyway.
Of course.
And they had somebody with a video camera not only filming him where he did his stuff, but if he went out to talk to people, they had someone filming the whole thing while as he was going out and talking to people, and you got to see it on the screens, and of course hear everything that was going on in your car. And we just
did you put the thingy on your car? Did you have
no,
those?
they didn't have those.
Okay.
Tuned in on the radio.
They did it wirelessly through the radio station that we tuned in on, and I just blared that motherfucker up.
I would love to imagine like a family at home or something like that that's just like panning through the radio and just
Yeah.
like
fuck your
nearby.
That being said, there were some really cool people that set up like giant speakers next to their vehicle so that people all around them could hear it as well. So that was kind of nice. And
and it was in tune and everything.
yes,
Or in time, I guess.
in time, yeah.
Yeah, because radio does that. There's no delay in radio.
Yeah, I just didn't know between audio equipment if there had been.
Oh.
And go ahead.
I was gonna ask. So did he perform like hit songs of his? How would you do that if it's
He
Not-
is more of an improv.
That's what I would assume.
Improviser.
Was it improvised?
He did one.
He did 2 actually.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. He did do another one.
Most of his shows, so he actually was supposed to do a tour in Australia and New Zealand, and that got canceled. So then he called it the Quarren Stream, and so one of his shticks that he does is that he opens up his phone line and has people call him and give him like topic ideas
He
for his
just riffs
songs.
off of it.
And he just goes with it. And sometimes like that doesn't always pan out, so he turns them off and makes up his own shit. But most of his shows are all improv, so he will just take whatever's happening at the time. He did take a call during the show, and then he makes songs out of just random bullshit he decides to make songs about.
It was the girl's 21st birthday. The call that he took,
Yeah.
it was the girl's 21st birthday, and she was at the
show.
drive-in, yeah. And he made a song for her because it was her
How
21st birthday.
inappropriate did it get?
Not as bad, honestly. It was mostly about taking shots at Chili's.
Maybe he had just eaten
Jell-O
Chili's
shots,
that
yeah.
day, but he was talking
There was 2 songs where he was talking about Chili's and
fucking amazing.
the drugs in the water and how he wound up in the middle of the highway. Like,
Yes. It's fucking weird. And I will say he's extremely talented. He actually learned piano at the age of 4. So he's been playing, a musical instrument for many, many years. And he's got a really, really good voice. It's almost soulful, like music.
Yeah, you hear him in the kind of the jokey nature of a lot of his music and how he just gets... I mean, I don't know what the word you want to say, like goofy, and he gets kind of...
Illicit?
I don't know if the word is crunk with it. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But, like, he gets...
He makes them songs a slap though.
Yeah,
He does.
He does.
He
And
makes bangers.
he does make bangers, and it's nice.
Nice.
It's just a lot of fun. But we wanted to talk about it mainly because it was just a great experience, but also because, maybe this is how we see more concerts in the future of smaller, maybe smaller artists going around and trying to do stuff live. It was really interesting, and at first we weren't sure what to expect, but it ended up being, like you said, really fun.
I will say if you've ever been to a merch tent
Merch
at
tent?
a
Merch table?
merch table at a bar or a concert, it takes for fucking ever. This was the fastest, most efficient merch bar, and there was a pretty big line. But yeah, it was just straight and to the point. They had like 5 different things you could buy, and just getting people in and out like nothing.
Yep.
How much was a shirt?
20.
It was 30.
30.
It was $30.
Shirts are $30 now.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's upsetting.
But I think like 40% of my gripes with most shows are at the merch line. So.
They were cool. They were like, "Hey, what do you want? We got this, that."
How long
and
was the set?
Hour and 45 minutes ish.
45.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got your money's worth?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
For one, I don't know when I'm going to get to see live music. We were supposed to go to the Deftones
There's a lot
Gojira
of
show.
stuff. Yeah.
Poppy.
I'd have gone with you.
I would have went with
I
you.
would have gone.
Yeah, I would have gone.
You would have gone, but you wouldn't have fucking bared through Bring Me the Horizon to see Under Oath
For free.
for free at a sold out show at the Midland.
Are you saying you don't like
God.
Bring Me the Horizon?
It's not even for free.
I got
Anyway.
that slapping song, Can You Feel My...
Anyway, I don't know when we're going to get to see live music, and that was a great way to do it. I mean, it makes sense. People get to be separate. You still get to do live music. And for what he does, his backdrops are off the wall. There was one song he had about Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah, Alex Trebek and everything.
And while he's doing the song, there's just porn. But you know how they do the memes where like it looks like they're doing something normal? Was that a different song?
The song where there was the porn in the background that you're talking about,
Yeah.
it was It's Not Worth Fucking If You Don't Fuck Hard.
Yeah.
Some random,
Yes.
he went out into the crowd,
Okay.
and he was just like talking to everybody. He's like, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And this random guy just comes up and says, hey, man, it's not worth fucking if you don't fuck hard. And he just stops, and he just looks at him, and he takes the mic. He's like, it's not worth fucking if you don't fuck hard. And he starts going up to all this women. He's like, is that true? Is that true? And like, asking them questions. And they're like, of course. And he was like, really? Not even like gentle or slow every now and again? And and the girls would be like, no, it's not worth fucking if you don't fuck hard. And he was like, wow. He got disappointed. Yeah, he got disappointed for a second. And he was like, huh. And he puts his head down and he starts walking back to the booth, and you could tell his mind was just
formulating
stuff, because he kept saying, it's not worth fucking if you don't fuck hard.
I thought maybe he was like disappointed with his entire life choices. Like, I've always tried to make love.
It was a little bit of that too. It was because in the song he's getting really into it, and then all of a sudden he stops and he's like, hey baby, I think I kind of want to take it real slow tonight, kind of get you in the mood, maybe a little sensual. Fuck no, and then just starts going, and he kind of jokes about it in the song.
It was an experience for sure. Like, I don't think I'll ever go to a show that was like that ever again.
No, I don't know if anybody's really ever done anything like that.
No,
not that I know of, at least. But
and what's cool is that his normal shows. I was reading an article. This had a 2 to 3 times bigger turnout than any of his other shows he's ever done. Wow. So people were itching, to get out and do something.
His corn streams blew up.
That too.
Yeah, they really blew up when he was doing that.
Well, he does the bar circuit too a lot too. So he gets put in the corner of a bar,
right,
or a nightclub, and he's used to riffing off stuff. So I mean, this was probably really fun for him.
Yeah, you could tell he had a great time.
Interesting, quick question, and we don't have to keep this or whatever. But is this the most interesting thing that's ever happened to you at a concert? And if it isn't, what is the most interesting thing?
Interesting?
The most odd or interesting thing that's ever happened at a show to you?
Odd or interesting? It's not odd or interesting, but for me, I actually got to crowd surf at Rockfest, and you know how many people are usually at that thing. Like, that was like what you would see at like Warped Tour level.
Right. Like,
to me, that was super cool. I think I was 17 at the time. So it's hard to top that, because I literally, like, thousands of people touched my butt. But all the way down. Like, just
didn't know you had that fetish, so you're in the air like, ooh.
Hello. No, that was...
Don't turn me over. You don't want to feel that.
For me, that was cool, because that's what you see in the music videos. And I was like, this is real life.
And then he got dropped.
And then I was like, oh, you're making me go back? Okay.
So for me, I would say yes, it is the most interesting, because it's not every day where you see a guy in like a Speedo boxers and a bathrobe, and then he just takes the bathrobe off and a face mask, go out and start telling people to pop it, and they literally do booty pops and everything, and he's just like, fuck yeah, pop it, and then he's going back. I don't know if he's drunk or if he does this on purpose. I'll post the video. I have it on Facebook. So if you want to check it out, go to the Digital Bath Podcast Facebook and check it out. And then he starts climbing back over the barricade, but he does it in a way where he doesn't just jump over. He like crawls over it and leans in, and then just falls right on his ass. And he's like, yeah, pop it. Like, he can't get up. And like, yeah, I've never seen that at a show before. Anything like that. Sure, I've seen everything you could possibly imagine at a show. I've seen people fucking at shows. I've seen people, getting head at shows, all that kind of stuff.
So you've seen
a lot of sex stuff. Yeah, of course. I mean, but
that's
something
scary.
Like that, I don't know.
That was pretty weird.
It's pretty weird and interesting and out there.
Dakota?
I didn't go to that concert.
What's the most odd or interesting thing that's happened to you at a concert?
I saw a band put on a good set.
That's extremely rare, yes.
I don't know.
Especially the bands you listen to. The double.
I've been to one of your shows.
It was the best show you ever went to, because that was the time it was actually good.
We're out of drums.
I mean, the strangest thing I saw was when I saw Aaron Lewis berate somebody that ended up on CNN, so that was probody the craziest thing I ever saw.
Because the dude wasn't speaking English? Was that the show you were at?
No.
Oh, it was something different.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't like being sad.
So I've got 2, and it's real quick. The first time, we were at a Fear Factory 25th anniversary.
And the second one?
Not done. And before Fear Factory got on stage, they played Purple Rain because Prince had just died. And I've never seen a sea of metalheads all sing Purple Rain and get into it, lighters in the air. Like, the guys from Fear Factory came out and even were like, this is like, that was the weirdest thing we got. Like, that's really cool. Like, they didn't realize that people had, you know, metalheads like Prince. They do. It's a real thing. And the other thing was a guy, before I played a set in Lake Tahoe, a guy was like, I'm going to shove this beer bottle up my ass. You can give me money. You can give me money. And then everybody's like, no, dude, we don't want to give you money. And then he bent over and shoved a beer bottle up his ass anyway. Not the way you'd think it would go in, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Prince one
Was that like a vacuum? Like a...
No, like there's usually ends of a beer bottle that are smaller, and then there's one that's more
he
like
tried hard mode.
He
went into survival mode.
You know, when I went and saw Stone Sour, they had a band open for them, and I thought it was real strange because there was a sign that said "Return your like lost babies here," or stolen babies here, and then or it said "Stolen babies here" after the concert is what it said. And so I thought they had to dedicate an area because there was like a rampant issue of people stealing like babies at concerts, but there was an opening band for that called Stolen Babies.
Interesting.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyway.
We're gonna cut this shit out anyway. Go ahead, guys.
So going forward, we're talking about concerts and everything. That was one of the most fun concerts I've ever been to, because I don't know if it was just because it was different and unique, but everyone was entertained and completely enamored with what was going on in that screen with what he was doing. They were waiting for that just off the cuff gold that he can sometimes produce. And honestly, in my opinion, he didn't disappoint.
Not at all.
Not at all. It was just
Who all
it
went
was
with you?
fun the whole time.
West.
What did he think?
He greatly enjoyed it, which I never thought I'd go to a concert with West, because he normally likes Maroon 5 and like, you know.
Sorry, I like Maroon 5
I do
too.
too,
don't know
but
why
you know
I
what I
feel
mean,
that.
like the radio stuff. He likes the radio stuff.
Yeah, he probably
Indie
lights
stuff.
a lavender candle when he jerks it.
Who doesn't? Anyway,
Me, it makes me fall asleep.
everything makes you fall asleep.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like,
Oh no, if I had gone, it's a movie theater, I might have fallen asleep. Oh my god. Pop it! The thing I like about Mark is that he ultimately wants people to be happy. He's a very optimistic guy. But he did end the show with a very awesome song called Fuck Trump.
fuck Donald Trump. Yep.
Fuck Donald Trump. Yep. And every person, every vehicle was honking to that beat. Like it lit up. That was it was loud.
Yep.
It was crowd crazy.
People were flashing their brights everywhere. It was going off the fucking...
How did it go?
Fuck Donald Trump, baby. Fuck Donald Trump, baby. Fuck Donald Trump,
That's the beat.
baby. That was the beat, and it kept going. That was one of his other songs that he's done before.
Yes.
That they wanted him to replay. Yeah. So that that one was really fun, but yeah, everyone got into that one and it blew up.
I'm sure it was probably a generally younger crowd,
Oh yeah. I don't think I saw anyone over the age of 40.
except for Nick.
Well,
I didn't go. Oh, Nick. You said Nick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but most people don't realize that I'm 48 years old, so that's
Well,
fine.
it's the first time here. How would we know?
Right, exactly. I mean, you guys see me now. Do I look 48?
Easy.
I look easy? Thanks, man.
Well, I know you're easy. We're already planning on fucking your face.
So anyway, fuck
His face.
Anyway, so as you were saying,
As you were.
as you were,
I don't know what I was saying. What was I
fuck
saying?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. And at the end of it, though, he was like, look, I don't mean to end on a bad note here, but for real, I just want equality for everyone. I want this to be a show where we can all enjoy ourselves.
Gyrate together.
And gyrate together. And, I hate that we have ended on that, but that's where we're at right now as a country. Like, we need to come together and really focus on what's important, which is equality and, justice for everyone. So it was really cool to see that.
Yep.
Is that how you would you go to another concert like that again?
I would. Even if it was like a normal-ish band, if it was just another rock
A
or
Day to
metal
Remember
band.
or something.
Absolutely. At least I'd get the opportunity to see something live. I think you do get something out of that you don't get from a CD, that you don't get from Spotify. You get to find other people and be around other people that are like you.
But not too close.
But not too close, at least right now.
Did it feel more personal than a normal concert?
I think so.
Do you think it had to do anything with his style of show, or do you think like if you saw like Breaking Benjamin or something that it would
Benjamin?
He does that all the time. He does it all the time.
Yes, I think
they're on a binger, bro.
Are you watching him on a pergola or?
I think got a little triggered. Go ahead.
No, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't realize
it's pergola.
Anyway, go ahead, Nick.
I do feel like it was more personal, and I think that's because of the way his shows are, because they're improv, so he's always talking to his audience no matter what. I mean, of course, you go to shows and they talk to the audience and everything, and sometimes they usually have a set list though. Sometimes they go, hey, you know, what do you guys want us to play? But usually there's a set list. In this situation, his set list is whatever he interacts with and whatever he likes or whatever he hears. But saying that, if normal bands take what, you know, this drive-in experience is like and run with it, it opens up more creativity of what they might be able to do or what they might have to do in the future, if this is something that is consistent now.
If bands want to make money.
Right.
Important question.
Yeah.
How many times did you hear the words "Freebird" uttered?
Never.
Not once.
Never.
Interesting.
Not once.
Not that kind of
That's
music.
tame compared
It
to
doesn't
what he does.
matter. I mean, he was talking
People
about
were
grandma.
fucking.
Well, I hope so, because they're in the car.
Japan has been kind of doing this already. Hatsune Miku.
Fucking in cars?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about having like a concert without the band being close or, you know, stuff like that. Because they have Hatsune Miku, which is not even CG. She's a laser projection.
She's a digital girl.
She's a digital girl. So, you know, people already are used to seeing screens or seeing things as a live performance. Gorillas as well is kind of that idea. Metalocalypse. You're watching a screen. You're watching something that's
Coachella.
Yeah, something that's there but not really. Is that true?
Tupac?
Coachella? I don't know what that is.
Tupac?
Yes.
Coachella?
Coachella? What's
Coachella?
going on tonight?
Coachella.
Yes, Tupac.
It's your turn.
I saw Breaking Benjamin.
But anyway,
Benjamin.
I said it, go fuck yourself.
on the pergola at Coachella.
Pergola is right.
we're just gonna have a list of all the words we fucked up.
Pergola.
Oh no, I stubbed my toe on the porgella. What is it?
Porgella?
Did you just combine all three of
The
them?
portobello mushroom that gave me the diarrhea.
He was
and
hanging
I
from
used
the
it for my
portobello.
poop knife.
Poop knife. Anyway,
If you take anything away.
poop knife.
Hey, look out for official poop knives on our...
Hey guys, check out our merch store.
Chris, we're gonna need a lot of your shit, bud.
I got a lot.
You got a lot to get.
We know.
There's gallons
full
of
of it.
You're gonna be like-
bathwater.
you're-
Imagine that.
yeah.
Poop knife.
You're gonna be like the alien queen. We're just gonna chain you up, and you're gonna give us nothing but your shit.
In a first, man is convicted of over 150 murders when his
Poop was found on the
biological
on the crime screen. Crime scene.
How'd he die? Well, it was a
Jesse's so
terrible
mad at me.
crime
Right? Not mad.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Why?
Crime
Breaking
screen.
Benjamin was playing
On the crime
I was
screen.
sitting on the pergola.
We just need to send this podcast
Sharpening
to
my-
Marc Rebillet
Yeah,
and have
Take
him
this.
like
Use it.
use it.
Sharpening my poop knife and
What the fuck is a pergola? What the?
yeah.
But no, I Mark is growing obviously his brand and who he is, and this was a brilliant way to do that. And I think he did reach a lot more people that he would have never got to before. And this is a smart idea. I think it's how do you get people together without obviously being close? How do you do live music the same way? This might be the way. I mean,
Did you feel safe?
yes. I was never close enough to people that I felt like, oh shit.
There were a lot of people who ended up gathering up over
you were kinda like,
They probably knew each other too.
Yeah, so well, there was a lot of people over there.
Yeah.
There was a lot, and I was like, man, I really want to go up there because he's literally just coming out and saying hi to people, like right face to face.
yes,
and
around
talking
him. Yeah.
around him, and I wanted to do that, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to take that chance personally. If they want to, they can. There was this one girl who asked him, like, can I have a hug? And he looked at her and he goes, no, you may not. And then he was like, well, put a mask on and maybe. I'll have to ask. But it never happened. But he was...
And that girl was Jessie.
Yeah. Hug me.
So, and then he did another drive-by to the other side at the end of the show. So he got back in his golf cart and went to the other side for the end of the show to say goodbye to everyone.
awesome, man.
And,
He's a great guy.
yeah. I mean, super funny, super talented.
And we're doing this for free. This isn't even a plug he had to pay for. So
Not a sponsor.
But Mark, not a sponsor. But Mark, if you want to hook us up with some sweet merch, my man. Jesse's already been rocking. He looks like a dad over here.
Yeah, I got his hat and I bought his shirt.
Yeah, I bought his shirt too. I bought his a couple times. He bought a shirt.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it and
Good sizes or
God,
half intestine sizes.
he's a little guy.
West is a little tyke.
yeah,
West is one of my favorite people on the planet.
yeah.
What was cool is
You can fit a lot of West in one.
you can
thing.
pick a lot of us. Anyway, what was cool is at the end they played it off like it was a drive-in movie. So they played like the "Don't forget to buckle up and get out of here." Like,
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Like it had the classic like movie guy voice and all the people driving away.
Oh yeah, I remember one of the videos at the beginning. It was a bunch of produce killing each other.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fucking weird, dude. Like, I think it was a play on, like, let's all go to the drive-in, and all the, like, they're talking about the concession stand and they're dancing, because it's, like, produce and candy and stuff dancing, and then all of a sudden they're in, like, these epic wartime battles against each other, being destroyed. It was just crazy.
It was an experience.
Favorite song? Go, Nick.
From the night?
From the night.
Ooh.
Okay, where Jesse added.
I have to go. So he went off on this tirade about Alex Trebek. Like he started like, Mr. Trebek, what do you think about this answer? And like it just went way off the rails. And like he would start really quiet and just kind of talk about like, oh yeah, that's the answer, Jimmy. Blah 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 blah. And then it would just go nuts.
Explode.
Like yeah, he was pitching that there was a guy making a new Jeopardy song,
A new Jeopardy theme
song, and it just explodes. And he just runs with it, and it was hilarious. That was probably my favorite song.
The one, my favorite one was the one where he was talking about going to Chili's and there being drugs in the water. It was so good. There's drugs in the water, and all of a sudden you're like, sir, please get up. And he's like, what? You're in the middle of a 5-lane highway. We need you to move. Like, and it was just about like how good their like Southwest like raps were and everything. Like,
Dude, Southwest egg rolls.
That's what it was. It was
egg rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah, egg rolls.
Southwest egg rolls from Chili's are the shit.
How
So-
late is Chili's open on Sunday?
You trying to go?
Not late enough.
You might be able to call in. What time is it?
It's
Yeah, they're probably
Yeah,
closed.
COVID hours.
Yep. So that was my favorite song.
That was pretty
I was really hoping he played Girls Night because a lot of people were recommending Girls Night if you've seen that one on YouTube. So, but he didn't. He ended up doing Fuck Donald Trump. And what was the other one he did that was...
He did,
It was the Smells Like Poopy.
Yeah, he
that
did
one.
Butthole.
He did Butthole. Yeah, he did Butthole.
I
yeah.
love Butthole.
Yeah, that one's really funny too.
I love butthole.
Oh, that song's so good. He can riff off anything. And yeah, and he has a Sway video that Jesse and I like to watch.
Yes.
We'll tag that. Well, like I said, we'll give you guys like all the Marc Rebillet videos you need to see. I'm a fan. Because of Jesse, honestly, but I wasn't able to go. But we'll drop you a lot of stuff. I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Who else do you think would be successful in this style of format? Who's another act or artist that you think this would be very in their
I feel like
repertoire?
stand-up comedians could do it for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, Dave Chappelle actually did kind of a, it was more politically charged, but, his 846 that he did was where people kind of got together, they were separate, and then he went on there, talked for 20 minutes, and then left. So, I mean, yeah, I think stand-up comedians would really excel at that in an open venue.
I'm going to be honest. I think any act could do this.
That's what I was going to say. Yep.
It gets people out. It keeps people safe. And you get the experience of a live show still. Obviously, a true music experience in a venue is different. But if this is the alternative, I could live with that. This was enough for me that I got the live experience that I was missing.
We're used to seeing quite a few shows in the summer. So
We are. And if this is how it has to be, I'd be okay with that. As long as I got to see live performances, that's what's important to me.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing. I think any act could do this. And I said it before, it opens up a lot of room for more creativity in the way you do things. I just think if it is the future and what we have to deal with, that's probably the way to do it. And we might see a resurgence of drive-ins coming back because of
cool.
that type of stuff.
I'm in. I'm down.
Yeah.
I've never been to one. I'd love to go.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been to one, but going back there, I was like, I kind of remember this. So it was really cool.
In that respect, I think we're going to call this episode. But please, fucking please, if you're in a place where you should wear a mask, wear a fucking mask. Do it for the other people. It's not about you. It's about them. Take care of your fellow man. Put your fucking mask on. Deal with it for a few minutes. You'll be fucking fine. Thank you.
This has been the Digital Path Podcast, signing off.